say you're a web developer and you want to do this, and you don't really have the time to invest in learning GIS and everything about it. What I'll show you is how to do the hello world of web maps, a 5-minute web map. Call it what you want. It'll be quick and easy. So here's a website I made, crude, as it says in there. And let's imagine that I'm making this for a company called Sustain Lanes, actually an organization that ranks sustainable cities. So here's my website. I want to jazz it up with some maps. All right, I want to add these 3 maps. First of all, just a map to the headquarters of this organization, and then the location of these top 10 sustainable cities. And then let's say I want to have lunch with my friends, and I want to show them where we're going to meet, and just make a map of some place in a park somewhere. Well, maps.google.com allows us to enter an address and zoom to that address and make a map of it. So here I have my corporate headquarters address in San Francisco. I'm just going to copy that, paste it in here. Notice the format. I've got the address, street type, city, state, zip code. We'll see if Google can find that. And they did. So here's my map. Now I could send this to someone, or I could link it into my website by clicking on this very handy button on the right called Link. What I want is my HTML code to put into my website. So I'm just going to copy that, go into my HTML document, add a line between my text and my map, paste it in there, save this document, upload my crude website, which isn't so crude anymore because I've got a map on it. And notice that this has full interactive functionality that a Google map offers. I can change this to the terrain view, the satellite view, and there's a little pop-up window with added stuff to my address that I didn't put in there, but Google Maps automatically added it. So 1 minute, and I've got an embeddable map here. So next I want to do something a bit more complicated. I want to take a bunch of information and put it on a map, and then put that on my website as well. So I'm just going to copy this nice list of cities. You see there's one descriptor, one attribute called ranking there. And I just want to show the geographic location of these things on the map. So I'm going to use a tool called batchgeo.com. And actually the slides that I'll send out to everyone after this have all these references in them one by one, and my email address and everyone else's as well. My name is Jeff, by the way. I think Wendy said that. But, okay, we got all those bases covered. And this is really straightforward to use. You click in here, you paste your data from Excel. If it's in the right format, you can just click Map Now. Notice it's going through each line in that spreadsheet, and it's trying to map those places, and it looks like it did. I just double-checked that things worked right. Click on that one. That looks like Minneapolis, Minnesota. I can click on the pop-up balloon. It tells me that, indeed, that's the place. And now I can click this Save and Continue. Enter my email address. I could put a title on this map and a description because this URL will be permanent as long as someone uses this every 30 days. If it goes unused for 30 days, then this web map I made will go away. So at this URL, now this is a map that I made. No one else knows this except for the people who manage the servers at geocode, of course. But I could send this link to anyone. They'd see this exact map. The information is linked down there so that if I click on one of the points in the list, it zooms the map to that point on the map. And I just put my email address in there, and it told me it was going to do something with email. So actually, it told me it was going to send me the code to embed this map to my email. Let's see if it works. Here we go. A brand new message from Batch Geo, and it's telling me that I can use this code in my HTML document. Put this map in my website. So I've got my headquarters map. Now I've got my city's map. Again, it's a Google map. What's happening here is Batch Geo is using the Google API to do all this stuff, but it works for me. I don't have to worry about the Google API or anything complicated like that. I have my map. All right, so a picnic table map, for lack of a better term. Once I log into Google Maps, I can customize these maps a little bit more. Let's see, I think Golden Gate State Park is where I want to meet. I'm not even going to put in San Francisco. Hopefully it'll recognize that. It told me Golden Gate State Park. Let's put in San Francisco. So I can quickly zoom to this park, turn on the satellite. Here's this park that I'm familiar with. And actually what I want to do is have everyone meet me for my picnic right in the middle of this field. Looks like either there's a gazebo or some sort of monument there. Now I could tell people, you know, go to this park, go to the intersection of Pompey and John F. Kennedy Drive. But I want people to meet on the north side of this tree. That's where we're going to hang out. So I want to put that on my map. So I can click this little My Maps link on the left once I've logged in and create a new map with my stuff on it. Now I see these options to add features on here. So I can put a place mark down. I can type in descriptions in here. I can put HTML in here if I want to embed a link or a photo or whatever I want. In this case, I just learned that there's 100 people coming to this picnic. So what I want to do is show my friend who's going to arrive ahead of time exactly the area I need marked off in this park. So not only can I add a place mark, but I can add a line or a shape. And I'm going to err on the side of caution here and tell my friend to reserve this huge area. So I can customize the look and feel of this a little bit. Actually, I want to make this 100% opaque, so it's a nice bright yellow thing that stands out. So I'll zoom out just a tad, and this is what I want to send my friend, but since I have a website, I want to put it on my website and just send people to that website. Again, I can click the link, get the embeddable HTML, copy that. Paste it in my website. And now I have 3 maps on my website. And again, an interactive Google map here. So the most surprising thing about that is that it was a live demo and nothing went wrong. If I can break something here. So you don't have to use the Google Maps API. There's all kinds of different tools on the web to create your own web maps. But essentially that's the 1-minute map, the 5-minute map, and the 10-minute map all condensed into about 6 minutes because I practiced this last night. And then if you do want to get into the API, I recommend this website here. At CGA, we created this Getting Started with Google Maps API. This is just a basic Google map, and it walks you through each line of code. Every line of code is commented, something I've never found before. But it's only 25 lines of code, so it's not that complicated. Although after 2 hours on this tutorial site, you do start doing some complex things and get into mashing services together that show all kinds of information that the following presenters in this talk will show, at least as far as getting tons of information on there. The Google Maps Playground is a good place to go. You play with code, you see what the resulting map looks like. And like I said, you're not limited to Google. There's several APIs out there. JavaScript, for the most part, there's Flex APIs, other languages. OpenLayers is a very common one. Yahoo, Bing, MapQuest, they all have APIs people can use, as well as ArcGIS, which is a huge software company, or at least the makers of ArcGIS. And that's all. On to part 3, which is Guoping.